Hey guys, today is July the 14th of 2023, and I am traveling. I am in New York right now on a project, and I'm on my laptop. Figure that. I'm trying to do this where I normally do it on my big computer. I do it on my laptop. So I'm limited. I'm limited with a lot of things. Maybe the audio is not going to be great, but we're going to push on. Wow, what a week. Interesting week. A lot going on. Let's start off with crude. I'm going to cover energy, gold, and the dollar. As you can see, crude, might have to open this up because this is tiny. We've been holding this 50%. Looks like it has a nice little breakout. We only got, well, like 1, 2, 3 days above this 75.03. And it looks like the squeeze play on the dailies to the upside. I know there's a squeeze play on the weekly, but I'm on my laptop. You really can't see it, but I could just probably open this up here. It's it's choppy, but this is holding. Got a PPS buy signal. As long as we can stay above 74.88, it's a possibility we could test $84. This is on the weekly though, so we'll see. So far, that's looking good. Let's look at our Bob. Our Bob, you can see, is still in the range between 289 and 250, but it's looking good. Got a nice little pop here. Not as strong as crude. You can see we're still kind of dancing around 267. I like it to get a little higher, maybe to test the 284. Nat gas, one of my favorite, is just kind of like in Chop Fest. Let's look at the weekly. It looked like it was a breakout. There's a squeeze play that started from May 29th, and now it turned green on the weekly. So it's indicating that the explosion and time to go long is pretty much this week, from this week on. Explosions to the upside, as you can see the histogram, and now it was really tight, 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 tight. And now it gave us the green signal if you use the squeeze play from John Carter. But it hasn't really closed above 268. Right here was the high, it was 287. Then it dipped down. So if we could close above 268, that would be nice. On the daily, you see that it's getting some selling pressure right here. Now it's entering into a squeeze play. Is this the daily? Yeah, this is the daily. Entering into a squeeze play right here. Very quick. Interesting. But it's in this range of 253 all the way to 275. But 268 is the key level you want to watch. Let's go to heating oil. Man, heating oil got a nice little pop. Where is it? 258, 61 around here. Yeah, I got a nice little pop. It broke out of this consolidation pattern. You got like 2 weeks above at least 244, so that looks pretty good. On the daily, you can see that it looks good. I'm not going to bother with that. So far, it's looking good. The metals, you can see gold now is getting a pop. I did a gold video recently, so you can check that out. Looks like there could be a possibility where we could run into July and August and then dip into September. You can check out that video. And it's just entered a squeeze play this week. Although the candle is positive, you need to close above 1982 to really get to Momo and especially get above this trend line. So that's the weekly. Silver is looking good too. Open up silver. I'm opening up the weekly. Silver is actually more stronger than gold. So the people are piling up here. You got a PPS buy signal. Strategy is wait for a pullback, dip your toes in, and then ride the wave up if that's where it wants to go. However, there's going to be some resistance here, so be careful. 2641 and this trend line. I've left these trend lines here just to see what it's going to do, and I thought it was going to stall here again, but it exploded up. So that's good. That's positive. Copper, good old copper. Also, you can see Let's look at the weekly. Probably more information to see there. See, 396 is in that wedge that it's either going to explode to the upside, continue here where it's going to be tighter going sideways, or shoot to the downside. And so far, looking at the weekly, it's been in a squeeze place since June 12th. And it looks up as of now, it wants to break out going higher. But that remains to be seen. As long as you can close above this trend line, and if you want to be less risky, let it be above this trend line for 2 or 3 weeks, and then maybe consider going long. That's if you want to, you don't want to be caught with a little, bounce, what they call it, dead cat bounce, and then slam down. So you just gotta be careful. And which one is this one? Platinum. Got this nice little bounce here. This one's getting very close to test this trend line. Got a nice pop to the upside, so that's interesting. It needs to get above this trend line and close above at least 1034 to consider maybe going long. So keep an eye on that. And the daily is looking the same. Palladium, I was watching, that had a huge move. Or was it platinum? Can't remember. So much stuff going on. Let me see here. Maybe it was platinum. I was surprised. I think that was probably platinum. This one doesn't have that big move I was watching. Yeah, this is the weakest, but maybe, I don't know, I gotta look at some cycles and stuff like that. But this one's still weak compared to everybody else. Look at the daily real quick. Yeah, no, it was platinum that got the huge move. I was shocked. That's looking good. I might have to look at cycles and seasonalities on that, some other stuff. Let's go to the dollar. I'm not even timing this video, so maybe I'm over 10 minutes. I wanted to go over the dollar real quick. Let's go over here. My forecast of $98 coming. Now the question is, once it gets to 98, will it hold and then bounce up? Or will it just continue going down? And it's just a target that I have, but it's going to go much lower. Well, looking at the daily, you can see we're hitting the bottom of the linear regression channel. So that's going to be some support. On the daily, you got a hockey stick. However, I do have a target of 98, and we're getting very close. So it could continue pushing low. I'm not going to say it can't. And it could even pass 98, but that's just a Gann technique that I'm using with the dollar. And so far, it's playing out now. It took a while. It had to go up and down in order to get here. But you got, 98. You got the 200 right here as support, and then you got the linear regression here. The MACDs are both negative on the daily, on the weekly, and if you open up the monthly, which is the big picture, so look, you're below the Kumo cloud. I'm medium and short, which is daily and weekly. But however, on the monthly, you're above the Kumo cloud. So the big picture is still holding, and you're still above the, you just failed the 20, and you got the 50 SMA right here, which is 98. So that's my target right there. Got the 100, you got the 200 down here. MACD is still negative, and there's a lot of support around 95. This whole area right here. This should probably be the buying point. If you want to keep riding it, if it gets down to like 95, this is where I would probably line up if you're short. And if you're thinking about going long the dollar, somewhere around here. And there's also a lot of things with the BRICS, backing up their currency with gold. So there's a lot going on. You have to just digest and see what's the best game plan. Let's go into the midpoint chart. Big target 94. So yeah, that's the low of the previous yearly range. And on the monthly, you're negative. Wow, you push over these extreme levels. Next one will be 99, and you haven't gotten down there, 99.77. And on the weekly, look at that. I like to use the weekly as a gauge to kind of let me know what's going on. And look how extreme the dollar fell down. Wow, look at that. And on the daily for today, what is this, Friday? pretty much support 99.50 all the way to 99.31, and targets to the upside 118. And if it fails, let's open this up a little more. I know this is tiny. Yeah, 99.51, 99.31, and if it's gonna grind higher, target would be 117. I mean, extreme would be 100 to 149, 161. But I bet you this is going to be resistance. If it climbs up there today, they're probably going to whack it down. I think that's it. Hopefully this video translated well. I haven't done this in this laptop in a long time. It's an old one. I actually need to upgrade this, and maybe I'll probably work on that today. But that's it for me. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the dollar, the energy, and the metals sector.